let's see. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, I am, there was an update to my camera, and since I got the update, it's just been acting bat guano crazy. So, I'm trying this now with just being on Wi-Fi versus the camera has its own modem that works with the app on the phone, and it's not working. So I'm going to try with Wi-Fi, and everything works out fine. If there's distractions today, I apologize. I have one child sick with strep throat. They're having soup watching TV right now, and my puppy, the weather's colder, so he wants to go outside, but then he wants to come inside. You know how it is. So today we are going to be working on two-tone straps, and I wanted to give you a little bit more in-depth view of these. You see them a lot, and you think that that they would be like fairly easy to do, and they are, but there are tricks to it. Story time, real briefly. Cork is really the vegan leather. Okay, I know a lot of people think, hey, vinyl is. No. Vinyl, there are some that have faux leather-like type qualities, but when you think of leather, it's a natural fiber. Same with cork. That's why I think of it as more of its counterpart as a faux leather, and it has really wonderful capabilities. It's mold resistant, it's water resistant, it's easy to clean, and like I said, it's a natural resource, as well as it doesn't harm the trees in the making. The bark regrows. It's harvested real cork. Let me emphasize this enough. Real cork is harvested like in Portugal, Italy, and in Spain. And it's a beautiful substance. And when you pair it with something like this, where you're having a navy in the natural, it pops up at you. So my first suggestion is have fun with contrasty stitching. I would take one of the colors, either like a natural, what I'm using in my machine, or I would use navy and use that throughout the bag or the straps, and it'll give a nice contrasting stitch to one side or another. The second thing I would suggest is a stabilizer. Although this is a natural fiber, even with not faux leather, but vinyl and different materials like that, not waterproof canvas. Waterproof canvas doesn't have a stretch, but this has a tiny little bit of stretch. So what I'm using, I use what I got. I have hem tape a lot around my house, and it doesn't stretch. It's like a polyester. You can use ribbon like that is cross grain ribbon. There's usually a load of it on sale after each holiday. I usually stock up on it, and I just put a ribbon, or in my case, hem tape, in the middle of the strap. Now my strap is 2 inches wide by 16.5 inches. Even though I'm making this for the Maisie, I believe the Maisie straps are shorter. I like 14 inches, and I have chubby arms, so I just automatically assume people want a bigger handle. So when I'm done putting the cross ribbon down, I'll grab some more double-sided tape. I'm using 1/2 inch tape. You can use 1/4 inch tape, whatever you have on hand. You can use glue, whatever your machine works better with. And sometimes, just because you have an industrial doesn't mean your machine likes double-sided tape. Ask me how I know. This Saturday, I took 4 hours to clean up all the gunk of the double-sided tape out of my machine. It was for gruesome nail breaking. My nails are significantly shorter than they were. Nail breaking, not fun work, but it had to get done. And you can see I'm folding this onto itself so it can make that nice 1-inch strap. And then I'm going to grab some more double-sided tape. This is a little bit, I think this is 3/16 of an inch. And I'm putting it down the middle. And then, because this is not cotton, if you were using cotton, you can just iron it out. If you're using anything other than cotton, you might just want to roll it out with your fingers or seam roll it. You can use a little heat on cork, but I just don't recommend it because I have one bag that's over a year old that I use heat on and it didn't crack, but it really does depend on the prints. If it's solid like these, I never have an issue with cracking. But if I have like a print, sometimes I get cracking and it can be very frustrating because that's called a spade. Cork fabric is not cheap. Let's go from here. I'm looking at my camera view and so far it's not pixelating, so I'm like kind of excited about this because I've been a little bit stressed out because I didn't want to miss a day. Now the bulkier one is going to be the one that has interface in it, so I generally try to tell people to sew from the side that you can see a little bit more of the blue rim. Let's go over here and I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch all the way down. I'm going to do a few back stitches. 1/8 of an inch is the rule of thumb. You could do a second row of stitching on each side at 1/4 of an inch, especially with contrasting thread. It looks fantastic. And then I'm going to hop on over a few stitches and do 1/8 of an inch down this side. And if you've seen on my other one, I had one area that had an additional row of stitches just towards the back strap. I seen this in a catalog on a bag and I've been wanting to try it. So you're going to be here with me while I try. And I'm just going down 1/4 of an inch on that one side. At first I thought it was going to look awkward, but I'm hoping that it comes out really, really cute. And I'm going to backstitch. Okay. See, look, it has the same thing, that second row of stitching. Kind of want to do it on the other side. I might do it on the other side because it's going to... I'm going to act like a donkey. I already know it. Let me... Hold on. Let's just fix this up. Because I seen it in a bag where they had it on the interior of the bag. Like, so the strap was like this. And this side had one side of stitching, the back side had two, and it looked really cool. But I like things really symmetrical, and I'm gonna go with my gut. That means I need to fix this other one, which that's not a problem. Yeah, I like that better. Let me see. You can see. It's the lighting. Sorry, I'm trying to work on the lighting and views. I'm using a nude thread because I'm using a couple different colors today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second row of stitching on this side. I'm going to cut the excess. I'm going to show you how to do this part after. I'm going to cut the excess strap ends off, and there I can work on fixing up this. Pull my needle up, and I'm going to start right underneath the man-made strap-in. I've really been like into the making your own strap-in with the scraps. One, it's a scrap buster. Two, you have the perfect color that matches. And 3, it's not additional hardware. It's something that you already are working with, so that makes it nice. All right, I did that on that too. And just trimming it up. And I'm just going to fray those ends. And do the same on this side. Trim it up. And fray those little ends that want to not get trimmed. And I dab my finger over it to make it a nice little, like, melting spot. So what I do is there's no wrong or right way to go to this. This is a 1-inch piece. I'm going to fold over the 1-inch piece on this so it becomes a strap end. You can make them longer. I've done it before where I made like little 3/16 of an inch fold so it can have a nice crisp look to it. There's really no wrong or right reason to pick your ends. So I'm doing 1 inch by 1 inch. Sometimes I do 1 1/4 of an inch by 1 inch. It just depends on what I am doing. So I'm going to put some double-sided tape on both the ends of the natural color cork. And then I'm going to just make sure it's halfway onto the strap tabs that we're making, strap end tabs. And then I just folded it over in half, and I want to make sure that both halves are meeting, which they are. And then I just bring it over to my sewing machine. And I start on the first one, and I do back stitch once or twice at both endings. And then I trim. And trim the threads while I'm at it. And then I get any fray edges or loose threads and trim those up. And if I see anything like a little off balance, I could just trim right now. It's always good to keep it nice and tidy and clean. And then we have 2 beautiful 2-tone straps that look really professional. You have strap ends to match so that there's no raw edges exposed. And it's really pretty. It's one of my favorite little techniques to put on a bag. It gives it a nice touch. So that is it. And if you like this and want to see more little tips and tricks, please let me know. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and happy sewing.